welcome back to the auto shop. We're here once again. If you watched last episode, you remember we finished up this Balsan, and we just got to put fluids in it, and we're on to the next task here. But if you haven't seen episode 2, I will have the playlist pinned in the little eye at the top corner there, and go feel free to watch it. I got episode 1 and 2 up in there, and we're gonna get right into this. I don't remember what fluids we needed to put in. Oil, brake fluid, coolant, and so everything. A whole little bit of lots. We're gonna start off here. I got brake fluid. I think when we do this, it should just be nice and done and dealt with. I don't know if there's anything else we got to do. So I got brake fluid, engine oil. We're gonna put windshield washer fluid in. We got power steering and coolant left. We hit level 3 last time in last episode. We're gonna be aiming for 4 this time. I don't know if we're gonna be able to hit 5, but we're gonna see. And this should, just finishing this up, I'm gonna aim for 5, but I don't know if we'll do it. Just finishing this up though, we should bump up. What do we got? 26, 25. First time we broke that, and we got 340 out of 375. I'm good with that. Do we have anything out here? Nope. Volison i5 turbo. There's i5s in this? Oh, and there I did add a couple of mods. So like there's the Volvo 240, which is the Volison, but it's the Estate. I did add a couple mods you'll see here and there now. Along with, I did get the Jaguar Dlc. The Jaguar. I'm going to pop this up on the lift here. And I'm going to accept the Volson first because there's 15 seconds left. And we're going to accept the Volvo as well. We got a side-by-side comparison. So this is the actual in-game car built by the developers of the game. This one is a mod. I don't remember who the creator is, but it is all, or a lot of them are built. Oh, V6. I don't actually know if they had a V6 or not. It's a good question. I don't know much about the Volvo 240s. I don't know who the creator of the mod is, but I know it's from one of the high quality creators of the last game, and so far, from what I've seen, I looked through a little bit in the showroom, and they seem to be decent mods. So this is, I don't remember if the other one was an i5 or not. I should have paid attention. The other one looked like a 4-cylinder, or at least I thought it was. So brake pads, 3 discs, and a caliper. So I can't do anything with that. I was hoping for a pump or something. And is it just all the fluids on this besides oil? Oh, it's not even pumping them out. It's just getting them refilled. That's really nice. So that's an option apparently that I didn't know about. I'm learning a lot of different little things here. And now we're just topping off the brake fluid now as well. That's everything. 105, I'll take it. That's good. So we do have the little eclipse here, the Hinata moon. Oh, that's really easy. Alright, a rubber bushing, sway bar end link, or rear end link, and yeah, so we should be able to easily see the tie rod, whichever one's broken. Yep, it's that one there. I'm gonna have to pull the tire off to get that outer tie rod off. Getting it off, getting it off. Oh, I probably shouldn't say that. Whoops. Inner tie rod's out of there. We're gonna have to search all the rubber bushings to find the one broken one. So let's see. No, none of those. It's this end link. I'm leaning towards that it might be on this side then, because both the tie rod and now the rear sway link is broken on this. I think once we hit level 4, we'll get the next story order. I think you get 1 per level. At least that's what I thought I realized from the previous game. So I don't quite know. I'm gonna have to figure out where this rubber bushing is. Okay. That one's fine, that one's fine. I might have to start taking suspension parts off just to see. 'Cause I try my best to not... Well, I was gonna say I try my best not to use the star, but there it is. Okay, so that bottom... Ah, and they fixed the glitch in this game that you could just grab the rubber bushing and it would take the whole arm off. So that's... I'll have to lift it up, and we're gonna have to replace that. Let's get it up while it's going. Let's order those parts. It was an inner tie rod. Inner tie rod. Then we've got our... We need a single rubber bushing. Rubber bushing. And... I actually forgot what the other one was. There it is. I'm gonna say I'll know it if I see it. It was an S something. Pull this bottom boy off. The bottom boy. Ain't nothing wrong with being a bottom boy. Get this popped back in. That looks like I did it right. I hope I did that right. If not, we shall see. Yep, rubber bushing was replaced. Inner tie rod goes back on. Outer tie rod back on. Tire back on. They are the same size. Okay. And from what I've seen, it doesn't look like I can get a rusty bolt going back on. But at the same time, why would you put the rusty bolts back on? So I think it's replaced with new bolts or new, like anything. Like in this case, for example, they do bolts rather than like lug nuts. But it's whatever. I think that's it. Yeah. That wasn't worth 113 bucks. I felt like that was a lot of work for 113. And the fluids was a lot more useful for that. I do want to go check out the various places today, at least the auction, I know both, or the auction, the junkyard, places like that. I know I'm not gonna go to like the showroom just because it doesn't matter. I hope that's that it definitely is the broken pad. I gotta figure out which one's the broken caliper though. Or broken. Okay. Words are hard. Oh, we just hit level 4 with completing that order, so I take back that 113 was worth it. I meant to say that was the broken caliper, so I gotta figure out which one on the rear is the broken discs. Both of the ventilated discs are broken, so those are both the front discs. But I'm about 4 steps behind and 30 steps forward, so at the same time. So I'm just confusing myself. There's one of the broken pads. I have a feeling that one of the broken... or the broken pads are on the corner without the broken disc. And I'm just going to take all 4 tires off regardless, son. Because it doesn't really hurt to do it. Nope, never mind. That was pointless taking that corner off. So the broken pads must be in with the broken disc here, because that disc looked fine. We got it, we got it. And that comes off. That comes off. Like I said, I think I remember I had good. So I need 1 disc. I think I remember I've got 1 good caliper because I think I overbought. So we're gonna leave it at that for just a moment. We're gonna put this somewhat back together. This corner didn't need new pads, if I remember right, or what's 50. All right, so we're fine. Whether any of these 3 pads go back on where, they're all in the right range. I didn't have a spare caliper. Okay. So I shall have to buy a new one then real quick. And these are also all 4 the same. Nice. Yeah. I don't want to assume that all cars have like square tires all around, that like they're all the same size, because I've done that and then it's kind of a pain to figure out which tires go where without just completely taking all 4 of them off again. So in efforts to quell that, oh, I had a spare brake disc. Okay, that's what I had. I know I had to spare something, but that's okay. That corner's back together now. And I think this is just all on this car. So we should be getting that done. I'm a big fan of the Volvos. I really want to buy one. I just don't have the money for one. One of the, I should say the 240s, which is what, like the Estate or the sedan here. I mean, this is the Volson, but based on the same car. You saw them side by side. You saw the resemblance. So I'm a big fan of these Volvos. I'm big fan of drifting, big fan of rally, so that's good. 609. So they're little behemoths for that, or at least you can turn them into them. We do have our next story order. Okay, we got 2 other tasks. I think I just... Okay, I thought I accepted the wrong car there for half a second. That's a cool car. We're going to bring in this thing, and I think I should have a 3rd outside spot. Oh, interesting that the 3rd one is horizontal compared to the other 2. So this car's the one that really needs the work. The other one have 2 other tasks, so we're going to pop this up on the lift and go check it out. We should just be able to get these 2 done. Refill fluids. I love the kind of suicide hoods there that open reverse. And this one looks like it... This one looks like we're actually pulling the fluid out. So coolant. We're going to drain that. I think I saw power steering and I think I saw brake. I should have paid a touch more attention. Obviously it's not engine oil, because if I'd be pulling that out, it would given me the oil change thing. Worst comes to worst, I put the, or I gotta drain the washer fluid there. But this should just be as is, nice and filled. And I gotta refill the other one too. The other car. We're gonna make a little bit of money off of just pouring some fluids. But this is this is what level 4 work is. We're not doing a whole lot of stuff. We did a little bit of transmission work, and we've done some minor engine work on that Mini, along with that transmission work, as I just mentioned, on the Vulcan. So that's nice. And 130 bucks. I'm just doing these because this is fast, easy work for... Does this car not have an engine? It's electric. It's the Thunderbolt. Okay. Oh. I was really confused. I opened the hood and I was like, where's the engine? I gotta look. I haven't seen an electric car yet in this game. I don't know how this works. I don't have a clue how I was gonna say electric motors work, because I saw the Proton there. I don't know how this works. This is a mod. This variant is a mod. This is one of the various mods I added in. That's cool. This is actually, I think, my first time seeing an electric car in the game. I knew the battery cells on the bottom there. And... what is that? Oh, that's just another battery module. Okay. So you got the modules, and you got the actual engine in the back. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted. I don't know anything about electric cars. I'm one that doesn't mind electric cars. I do like my gasoline-powered cars, but I like performance. I can do without the sound for performance. But I do really like my noise, and I'm not going to be like, oh, engine noise doesn't matter. Like the LFA or the Porsche Carrera, their V10s are fantastic. Or just super choppy, super cammed, low-B, like V8s there. I'm not going to say that doesn't matter. But I'm all about performance, or making the car for its purpose, whether that is actually we're running a lot of tests. Okay, whether that is actually like hauling, racing, whatever. I suppose I gotta pop the car up on the lifter first. But let me run some tests before a lot of stuff comes apart here. Fuel pressure test. I'll be very happy if it's easy stuff. Injector's fine. Injector's fine. Okay. Filter. Fuel system's fine. Do they say the car doesn't start? Done a few experts, so of course the problem's still there. It boils down to a constant banging, and it's unbearable. Gearbox isn't working, so gearbox properly after last repair, and changing a gear has become a nightmare. So obviously something in the gearbox, and I wanted to see if I can run this on the test track. It was my intention, but I want to see. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily sound like the car doesn't start. It sounds like the car doesn't change gears. Oh, so this variant is a mod as well, and then the GTR itself is a mod. But I want to see. I don't need to go to the gate anymore. Map. Okay, junkyard requires level 5, so if we can hit level 5, we're gonna go check that out. There's barn finds again. Okay, I forgot all about those. Auctions are level 15, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit on those. And we're gonna take this car to the test track. Engine can't be started. Oh. Okay. We're not taking this car to the test track. We're just gonna run all the tests we can on it then. That's really disappointing. Tires. I don't know if they need to be changed or not, but I figure it's might as well not leave an unknown variable. So no Tires are fine. I don't have a test path yet to check the various things, like the suspension, brakes, all of those. I don't have a test path yet. And it looks like in this game it's not so easy to get, because you got it, I believe, with the first garage expansion in the previous game when you hit like level 5 or 10 or something. But this game you gotta buy it, and how much is it? Test path is 10 grand. We haven't even hit 10 grand yet, let alone have a spare 10 grand to sell. Compression tester. So I'm curious. Oh, cam. Okay. One of the cams, 2 of the pistons. Piston rings seem fine, so this whole engine's pretty much coming apart then. Because I'm going to have to take the bottom apart. And we know the gearbox is coming out, so that will be something to do. Pour brake performance. I'm just gonna see what I can do with this thing. Because I can't test the brakes, I can't test the tires. Well, I did test the tires, I meant the suspension. I was staring at the tires. So we're gonna see how this kind of comes together. I gotta pull that drive shaft out, and I think we gotta pull the starter out from down here. We're doing an oil change, so there must be some other stuff. I better check the other filters, kind of just because. But a lot of this other, the gearbox itself looks fine, but we are gonna find out. There's a rubber bushing that looks totaled. The front sway bar there looks totaled. So we're gonna just have to kind of find out. We know that some of the pistons and stuff are not in the best health. Wheel bearing is messed up there. Wheel bearing looks messed up there, but I was gonna say, does the actual hub look bad? Because it kind of does from this angle, but that might just be inside of the that might just be inside the brake disc, but the brake disc doesn't look too bad also, so we'll find that out. Sway bar is gonna have to come off. The actual cross members don't look that bad, or the front cross member. I have yet, I think I saw the rear sway bars not in great health either, back there. So that all 4 on the front, that is all 4 on the front. We're gonna have to lift it anyway, regardless, because we're gonna be draining the oil and the gearbox and all that stuff has to come out. So we're gonna drain the oil, pull the oil pan off, check the bottom end. But I do want to kind of start pulling apart the top end while I'm at it as well, because we saw one of the cams needed to be replaced. And that's going to be something. I'm going to pull the, at least front face off, the timing apart to check the cam, or check the, well, yeah, check the cams, but check the timing parts. We're going to check the crank belts. Stuff like that. Actually, can I do the actual inspect mode here? Is that still a thing? Because I'm going to try to do that once I just double check on a lot of this stuff. I'm pulling off what I can see at the moment, like, well, getting stuff ready. Like, I'm going to have to pull this rear sway bar off. So we're going to see what we can. Alright, let's see. Or do I? Aha, okay, I can do it from out here. We're just gonna check this out. I'm gonna come back with you once I kind of search through a lot of these parts. So after going through and inspecting everything I think I can, I don't know if there's a whole lot else that I found. Like, I know I gotta do some of the stuff in the transmission, like clutch plate, like there. And I'm gonna have to pull apart a lot of the top end of the engine. But we still have a lot of missing parts. Let me check if the oil filter is one of them. Okay, I can't yet. So we're gonna just have to start pulling the top end off. And we're gonna have to start pull... Ooh, okay. Did we know about those already? Or did we not know about those already? No, we didn't, because I don't have an OBD2 scanner. That tells us about the ignition coils and such. So we're missing just this bottom page of stuff now. Which I kind of imagine if one of the camshafts is messed up, it'll probably be camshaft caps. Or it'll be timing belts inside here, or timing gear, or cam gear. Something along those lines, yeah. There's a cam gear. We already knew about that one apparently, somehow. I don't know how. But we're gonna pull this off. Pull the chain off. How's the chain? Not great. Okay. That comes off. We already knew about the cam itself. This will have to come... Well, we're gonna pull the cam caps off, and then we gotta pull the timing cover out there. I don't actually know how the system works. I think that it's just... I mean, obviously, on this end, the gears that I pulled off, it rotates. This one's driven by the crank. This one's driven by the other cam. What is... I guess, if any of you guys know, what is the, like, benefit to that? Like, why would you have the one cam drive the other? I mean, do they always stay in sync then? Or... Well, I don't know. That if, like, the timing belt breaks, is it a safer mechanism that the valves don't go haywire and start spinning on their own? I just don't know what the purpose is of that. I'm just going to pull... Oh, dang it. I'm going to pull the belt tensioner off, and then pull the belts off to see if there's anything I got to do, because I need it off for the cam gear regardless. The cam shaft can come out. We tested the fuel rails here, these little guys underneath there. We're still missing a butt ton of stuff. I mean, I gotta pull some of this out anyway. Like the sway bars, but I think the sway bars are already included in this here. We got that. We're gonna let it drain. That's not actually that bad of oil. I mean, it's certainly not fresh or anything. We got... Oh, that costs 2. I got 1 skill point available. I'm gonna save it. I don't think we need to use it yet. So we're gonna see... I didn't see a whole lot of stuff, like... Even the stuff that I couldn't check on, like the springs and stuff, they didn't look bad. So I just don't know what I'm looking for. Maybe I'm missing extra bushings and stuff that are hidden inside of like these, because these end one looks fine. Maybe I'm missing that. We drain the oil pan can pop off here. Maybe it's some of this bottom end stuff. Oh yeah. So the 3, and we still haven't pulled the... It looks like the flywheel's a bit messed up there. So we haven't even pulled that off yet either. So we're gonna have to just see. That rod cap looks abysmal. We're just gonna kind of pull this apart, see how it goes. Like I said, still gotta drop the gearbox. I'm just gonna keep pulling these off. I just realized the sadness that's in store for me, that I gotta pull the whole engine head off. Yet. I haven't done that yet. And we're missing one part. I imagine the one part is, in fact, that flywheel. Because it doesn't look like I really need anything else. So the whole engine head's got to come off now. All these other cam caps got to come out. We got to pull the intake and the exhaust out. I don't know if we got to pull the turbo out to take the exhaust out. At least in game here. Because obviously it depends on where you mount your turbo in real life. But here it's, yep. So right here it's right attached on. So we sure have to take that off. The exhaust's coming off. We gotta take the throttle. And we will have to take the other manifold, the intake, off. Now, and I imagine we gotta take the fuel rails off once the intake comes out, which is a touch unfortunate. But when we get to this point, now we should just easily be able to pull the pistons out once the head comes off. I should have gotten everything taken care of on the underside there, on the bottom end. We're going to pull that off. Oh, no, not even any bolts. That comes out. That comes out. Do we have any piston rings on this? I don't think so. No, I don't believe so. I saw the piston with Conrod, but I don't see any actual pistons. Or, wow, any piston rings versus the actual pistons and rods. So the gearbox will come off. I don't think I need to do anything special for this, and this flywheels looks to be the last messed up part. Because I know the clutch plate is coming off. If that's it, then we should just be able to start this somewhat reconstruction here. We're going to be doing a lot of buying and stuff like that. We don't even have to replace the oil filter? Okay. Got a lot of little parts here. Got a lot of little parts here. But that's where I'm going to leave it. We're going to start the reconstruction next time. It looks like it's just putting it back together. We should have everything that we need. So thank you guys for watching. Stick around to see this guy go back together. And hopefully, next episode here, episode 4, we're going to be able to go to the junkyard. And we're going to see what kind of cars cost and what we're going to do. Maybe we can buy the second lifter. Next episode, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. So, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe. Thank you very much once again. Leave me some advice in the comments. Keep it going. Talk car stuff. Whatever. Just have fun. But be respectful. Peace.